this knitting podcast. In this episode I am going to talk about this sweater which I'm wearing now. It's my own design and I am publishing it on the same day when this video will be published, and then I'm going to also talk about my Mystery Knitalong, which I will also launch on the day when I launch this video. So it will be Monday 27th of April, and I am going to talk about a bit more about my Mystery Knitalong later in this video. And if you want to get my Mystery Knitalong pattern for free, you should watch the video until the end, because there will be a coupon code in the end. But if you and you have to be quick, so be quick. After that, the pattern will be on sale with reduced promotional price, but not with the price that I will give normally to my shawls. It's much more cheaper in the beginning of the Mystery Knitalong. But first about this sweater and later about the Mystery Knitalong more. So this is called Skärgård sweater. Skärgård is Swedish word for archipelago, or I could tell you a little bit about the history of this sweater. So I got the idea for this sweater in the end of January, if I recall it right. I was visiting the travel fair, and at that time we didn't know about the coronavirus that much, so now that I'm thinking about, was it in the end of January? I really don't recall. But first of all, I cast on this sweater on February, so it was before that at least. I knew that I had one skein of this Madeline Tosh sport weight yarn in my stash, and then I went to this fair in which I saw this yarn that I used with the main color of this pattern. So this yarn is Finnish wool, is from Finnsheep. It's called Meiju, and it's really kind of rustic yarn, but it's really nice to knit and actually really nice to wear. It's warm and still kind of rustic and really woolly feeling on this yarn. I haven't used this yarn before. I just saw it there, and it was on Lankakauppa Kerä's booth, and I was feeling the yarn, and I knew I have been talking with Marika before about some collaboration, but at that time I didn't have time to do any collaboration. But now when I saw the yarn and I remember that I had one skein of this Madeline Tosh yarn, I realized that I could do something like this that I'm wearing now. So I could use the one skein of Madeline Tosh for my sweater, and the rest of I could do with this Meiju yarn. And after the fair I contacted Marika from Lankakauppa Kerä, and she was really happy to hear that I got an idea for for the yarn, and she was happily to collaborate with me with a few skeins. So Marika sent me the yarn, and soon after that I cast on and started to work with this sweater. This is actually the first colorwork sweater that I have published. The pattern is quite easy. It's only uses 2 yarns, so it's not difficult. It's something really kind of easy to do, and there are not. I designed it in a way that there are not any long floats in the pattern, so it's quite easy to work with for someone who isn't familiar with colorwork yet. So I want it to be simple and kind of repetitive, so the pattern could be easily memorized and easily repeated. And I'm pretty happy about the result. The sweater is really nice, and it fits well. I like the shaping of the neck, how it turned out, and I like how the colorwork sits on the bust line. I could have made it a little bit up, but then again I didn't want to have any increase on this section, so all the increases are happening in this section. Then I also have some body shaping. I could stand up so you would see more easily. There is this big chair which I have to move. So there is some shaping, but still there is kind of loose feeling with it. So it sits quite nicely, I think. Of course, how the sweater sits, it always depends what size you pick. So this has if I remember it right, something like 10 centimeters ease for me on the bust, but it's possible to choose smaller size too, or do this part shorter. I also written modifications, how to modify this section. When you block this sweater, you should kind of lift the elbows up, so this section in which the increases are more easily kind of flatten, and it won't stay like flared, or it flats more easily if you lift up those shoulders when blocking it. Okay, that's about it. The pattern is on Ravelry, on my Ravelry page. I will try to put it live on 27th of April, or at least at that week that begins on 27th. But then again, about my Mystery Knitalong, it's my second Mystery Knitalong that I have ever organized. I did one Mystery Knitalong 4 years ago, and it was really fun. I didn't wait it to be that popular, because there were plenty of participants in my Ravelry group, and this time I am also waiting lots of participants. I have really nice prizes. Oh my god, my son is playing PlayStation in the room next door, so there might be some kind of background noise. But anyway, I have some yarn prizes. The Mystery Knitalong is a collaboration with Wool Me Once yarns, Woolmy behind Woolmy One's fibers is Laura. She's a Finnish indie dyer, and I really love the colorways that she dyes. They are kind of they have really deep feeling of Finnish colors, Finnish colors of nature. They have something really nice and deep colors. And Laura has made some kits for my Mystery Knitalong. So if you want to check them out, go to www.woolmyones.fi. I will put info below this video. About the Mystery Knitalong, I also put all the info below this video, but you can participate on Instagram with hashtag meijuknits MKAL 2020, and then you can also sign in on my Ravelry group. If you want to win prizes, you should publish a photo on Instagram or on my Ravelry group. Each week I will choose a weekly prize winner. The weekly prizes are patterns, and then when the Mystery Knitalong is over, in the if I recall it right, it was 22nd of June when I'm choosing the final prize winners. They will get yarn prizes. I have wool prizes from Woolmy One's fibers, and then I have some other dyers who have also donated prizes. So you can also check all of those prize info from my Ravelry group. I will also give some info on Instagram, but all the info that you need is on my Ravelry group. What else? Yes, the coupon code. So the pattern is free in the beginning of when I start to sell it. So the pattern is free from 27th of April from 8 AM Helsinki time. Helsinki time is +2 of Greenwich Mean Time, so +2 hours of London time. And the sale starts on 27th of April at 8 AM and it ends on 28th of April at noon. So it's not 30 hours, but yes, 30 hours. No, so 28 hours, almost 30 hours. So you need a coupon code Meiju MKAL. I will write it here on the video, the coupon code, to get the pattern for free on those sale hours. After that, the pattern price is €3.50, and on 15th of May, when I published the first glue of the pattern, it's up to its normal price. So $4.90 is usually my price for shawls. About the schedule of the Mystery Knitalong, I will publish 5 glues on each 5 weeks starting from 15th of May. So the first glue is coming on 15th of May, and then we have 5 weeks to go. So the last fifth clue will be published on 12th of June. Did I say of June? No. So the first clue is on 15th of May, and the last will be Friday 12th of June. So there will be one clue on each Friday. I will usually publish the clue in the night after 5 p.m. or so. So you will have the Friday night when you can always knit the clue that you have. The pattern uses fingering weight yarn, but you can also use some lace yarn if you want for the color A. So there will be 3 colors in this shawl. So I used some kid mohair silk blend for the color A, and if you want to use some lace weight kid mohair, I would suggest that you would use it for color A. That would suit the best, and I would recommend that other colors would be, other yarns would be some fingering weight merino or the shawl yarn that you like. Well, that's about it. The yardage of the pattern is something like over 800 yarns, so the shawl is quite large. You will need 300 yards or 275 meters the first yarn. Then the second and the third yarn you will need both for 260 yards, which is in meters 240 meters. So the yarn PNC you would need the both that much. Well, that's all. Remember to use the coupon code to get the pattern for free, and if you didn't have time to get the pattern for free, remember that there is still be the reduced price until 15th of May. Until the first clue is published, the pattern is in reduced price. So that's all for now. Thank you for watching, and I am really waiting excitedly to see all your mystery shawls on Instagram or in my Ravelry group. Okay, that's all for now. Bye!